everyone, this is Katie Frekhtman, a New York City personal injury trial attorney, and today I'm coming to you on a Sunday from upstate New York in the beautiful woods. You can probably see behind me doing something with the kids, so I just thought I'd take some time and shoot some videos for my viewers, because I truly am thankful that people take the time to listen to our videos and to watch. And I think today's video is really interesting because I want to tell you a story. And this is something that happened to me while I was at the Dordic Trial College. So I was staying at a hotel and I was attending these lectures, and we're learning about traumatic brain injury and all different types of accidents and injuries and how to be persuasive, how to do cross-examination and how to pick juries. And all trial lawyers from all over the country were there, the East Coast, Middle States, a lot of people from California. But anyway, I get this phone call, and it was a new client, and he says, I want to hire your firm, and I had a construction accident. I was standing, holding a ladder, working for an electrical company while somebody was building a high-rise on 14th Street in Manhattan. And then the person on top of the ladder, the coworker, was hanging like a hook into the ceiling. And so as they're trying to hang that hook, they're using a drill, one of those big power drills with a battery, and they drop the drill because it wasn't supposed to be done on a ladder. It should have been done on a Baker scaffold or a more safe device. And so the drill falls 30 feet and hits him in the shoulder. And he ends up having a shoulder surgery, he ends up having a hand surgery, and he ends up having a neck surgery known as anterior cervical discectomy and fusion. So this poor fellow had a lot of surgeries. But the thing is, he already has a lawyer. So I asked him, why do you want to change your lawyer? And he wasn't happy with his lawyer. He's actually changed lawyers many times. And so, I said, yeah, sure, I'd be happy to look at your case. I'd be happy to investigate your case. And in fact, while I was away at the trial college, another attorney from my firm, I think, met with him, and he signed what's known as a consent to change attorney to come over to our firm to allow us to investigate his case. But then he called me and he said, you know what, I'll sign, but I need you to obtain funding for me. I need $20,000. Now, we can't give funding because that's not ethical as attorneys. There are funding companies that do it. And I said, sure, I'd be happy to apply and see what the funding company says, but I need to look at your file. And he says, no, you can't look at my file. There's a funding guy down in Florida. He's involved, and my lawyer is friends with him, and they're all in cahoots. And then so I talked to this funding guy, and I didn't talk to his lawyer, but I looked up his lawyer, and it turns out the lawyer representing him is not really a trial lawyer. It's one of these mills that just does a lot of cases and is actually being investigated under an indictment, a federal indictment, but that's a different story. But so the bottom line was he needed this money, but it was very hard to get him any money because the payoff, right? Because the way it works is when a client borrows money against a case, the amount that you borrow is principal, but then they charge crazy interest because you're not really borrowing money, right? It's not a loan. What you're doing is you're selling your case to these funding companies. And so when the case settles, the amount that you pay back to the funding company is equal to the principal plus the interest. But in his case, he borrowed $325,000. And as of today, his payoff to these funding companies is close to $900,000. And by the time the case gets to trial, because it's not even anywhere near trial, he still has to do a deposition, put it on the trial calendar, and this case is in the Bronx, which is really, really slow. So this case may not go to trial for another 2 years if they're lucky, maybe 3 years. So by then it could be like 1.5, could be $2 million that he owes, and he wanted this $20,000. And there are some companies that'll go into second position, meaning they'll give him the $20,000, and first what he'll need to do is he will need to, when the case settles, let's say it settles for a big amount, like $6 million. The lawyer gets $2 million. There's $4 million left over. He pays the $1 million back to this funding company, and then the one in second position now gets paid, but the one in second position can only get paid after the one in first position is fully paid off. So a lot of people don't want to be in second position on that, because what if the case has some problems, right? What if he doesn't testify so well? It could be dismissed. There's a lot of different possibilities, right? Or what if the case settles for like 1.5 or 2 million? Now there's just not enough money, even though you settled for $2 million. So I was working on it, and I already had it lined up. I had actually 2 funding companies that were going to do it, that were going to give him funds, you know, even though it's second position. It's so difficult. But today, my office manager calls me on a Sunday, and she's like, we just received a letter. He decided to stay with his first attorney. And that must be because, I mean, you know, it's not really complicated here. It must be because that first attorney, you know, found him some money. So then I thought to myself, you know what am I going to do at this point? I'm friendly with the guy. He's a nice guy. I had a nice conversation with him. In fact, he told my trial lawyer, no lawyer has ever spoken to him the way I spoke with him. I spoke to him for like an hour while I was down in Mexico doing a trial conference, you know, really nice to him. You know, I like the guy. I hope he wins a lot of money. I hope the first lawyer hires a trial lawyer, because he's not a trial lawyer. She's not a trial lawyer. You know, I hope that they do a good job for this guy. I think his case is worth at least 5 million, maybe even 10 million. And it's in the Bronx, which is a great venue, but you got to know what you're doing. But anyway, but then I thought to myself, what should I do now? Should I call this guy and should I talk to him? Should I try to get him to re-sign with me? But then I thought, you know what? No, because it's not really who I am. I have to be true to myself. I have to think, who am I? What is my vision? My vision is helping serious injury victims and their families. My job is not to be, you know, the highest bidder on a case. Like, if I could find a funding company to give you a little bit more money, come to me. But if they're going to be a little bit more greedy and find you a little bit more money, come to them. I don't want to get into this tug of war. It's not my job. My job is to help truly injured people. So even though it's a great case, even though, you know, maybe I lost $2 million just now, I don't care. I'm happy. You know, I'd rather just get another case of a truly injured individual who needs a lawyer to help them, because that's what I want to do. Okay, everyone, I hope this has been helpful. Let us know what questions you have, but I thought I would share that with you because it's a very valuable story. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.